Bilal Powell, and you're watching Dansportsnews.
No, Frank, and you're watching Dansportsnews.
I'm Edwards, and you're watching Dansportsnews.
This is Javon Quinterly, you're watching Dansportsnews.
This is Maricino, and you're listening to the Dansportsnews and Friends podcast.
This is Will Richardson, and you're watching Dansportsnews.
What's up, everybody? It's Clee Wop. You're listening to the Dansportsnews podcast.
This is Nicole Michelle, and you're listening to the Dansportsnews and Friends podcast.
This is Jaden Gould, and you're listening to the Dansportsnews and Friends podcast.
This is Elliot Cadone, and you're listening to Dansportsnews.
Tell me a little bit about how you first got started in football. I know your dad coaches and stuff like that, so tell me about how you first got started playing football.
Well, my pops, originally he was the head coach at Hackensack Catholic, so since I was born, I've always been around football my entire life. A funny story is that actually the day I was born, Victor Cruz, the NFL player for the New York Giants, scored 5 touchdowns the day I was born, so just always been in my blood.
So that was back when Victor was at Patterson Catholic, not when he was at UMass?
This was when he was at Patterson Catholic in 2003.
I know your dad, like you said, coached at Patterson Catholic. I think his record was like 70-3. So did you grow up around some of the guys and stuff like that through the later years, like 2007 to 10 before it closed? Did you grow up around the team and stuff like that?
Well, I've always been around the team, but since I remember the later years before they closed down, I always just be around there every single day after school, just around all the talent and everybody.
Your brothers also played football, and you have a brother who plays at Hampton and stuff like that. So how is it just growing up in a whole football family?
Oh, it's great. Every single day, I always try to be the best out of all my brothers. And so far, it's great. Everybody just want to compete and be better.
And then your dad ends up coaching you at Hackensack, and you play with your brother who's at Hampton now. What was it just like being coached by your dad and playing with your brother at Hackensack?
Well, for my first 3 years being coached by my father, it was a little bit weird having to adjust from that home life to on the field, but it was just amazing because a lot of kids don't get to have that experience. And then on top of that, playing with my brother, that's something I will never forget. So I always learn valuable lessons from him.
Now, did your dad coach you guys growing up, whether it was in rec football or travel when you were guys younger or anything like that?
When we was younger, he just oversaw everything, just told us advice, and he never coached us until we got to high school, so that was a new experience.
And what was that experience like, having your dad coach you guys?
It was just a little bit different, it wasn't really no pressure. He never put no pressure on any of us. It was just more advice, so if we did anything wrong, he'd let coach us tell us what to do. It was like we was any other kid on the team.
COVID drastically impacted the season last year. You guys only played 6 games. So how do you think the season went last year, in your opinion?
Last year, it was a blessing just to play, because I know a lot of states didn't even get the chance to play. So just every Friday or Saturday morning when we got the chance to play, I played like it was my last game, because it could have been our last game.
Well, what were some things that you think didn't go, expected they would go last season?
Just to be blatantly honest with you, I thought we could have just won a little bit more. That's the goal. Every game we go out there, try to win. So, and we're got to win a tradition at Hackensack. So
I see you're wearing the St. Joe's shirt. As we know, you transferred there about, was it 2 months ago?
About a month and some change ago, yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that decision to transfer to St. Joe's, a powerhouse football school here in New Jersey.
Actually, when my dad stepped down as head coach, there was a few options we were looking at. And then just comparing St. Joe's to every other school, there's no other school like St. Joe's. The brotherhood that they have there is just crazy.
And tell me about what was it like talking with Coach Marangi and stuff like that, who's the head coach there at St. Joe's, and what were some of the things he told you that really resonated with you and that's why you ended up choosing them?
Just Coach Marangi, when we sat down and talked, just everything about the winning culture, and it was bigger than just football. It was, to me, the school is just great. So once I visited, saw everything in the building, I was like, there's no way I can't be here.
Who were some of the football players that you liked to look up to when you were growing up as a kid?
I always used to be around the trench boys, like T.J. Clemens, and also the running back, Greg Moore. They were just great role models to me, and also my brother, too, Justin.
Now, your brother, I know he's the creator of Zone 6 and stuff like that. him doing those showcase and stuff like that, how does that help you getting to play against some of the other, top players around the state?
It's just something that almost every kid wants to be. Dude, like, if you want to be the best, you got to compete against the best. So every time I get the chance to do that, it's always a great experience.
Now, you picked up your first D1 offer, I think it was 1 week ago, from Georgetown. How did it feel to pick up that first Division I offer?
It was just an unbelievable feeling there. Like, just, if you look at the numbers and the stats, just, not a lot of kids get that experience, especially at a school like Georgetown.
You're a wide receiver and defensive back. What do you say is your primary position? Do you prefer one?
Athlete, actually, I just like call it as an athlete right now, but right now I see myself playing probably receiver in college.
Now, when you picked up the offer, did they specify what it was going to be? Was it wide receiver or defensive back?
Oh, they was recruiting me as a receiver.
And what was it just like talking with the coaching staff? What were some of the things that they said to you when you spoke with them?
First thing they said is more than a 4-year decision. So going to school and everything, just the people that I'm going to meet up at Georgetown. Now, if I do decide to go there, it's just going to be a great experience. And then on the football aspect, they have a great winning tradition too. So
now, what kind of player are the college coaches getting in Jaden Wimberly?
Oh, they're getting a leader. They're getting an explosive player, a playmaker, just everything a coach want in a player.
What other schools are showing interest?
So far, I've been getting a lot of interest from Colgate, Northern Illinois, Monmouth, and then also Rice University.
Growing up as a kid, did you ever have like a dream school that you always wanted to go to, anything like that?
Well, one dream school I always thought about going to was the Ohio State University. Just Coach Myers and everybody up there, I love watching them on TV all the time.
And who would you say is somebody, maybe in college or even in the NFL, whose style of play is kind of like yours?
Style of play, I like to compare myself to Juju a lot. Like a physical receiver who can go get the ball, a great route runner. Someone like his caliber.
And how would you describe your style of play?
Just a great route runner. Any ball that's thrown to me, I'm going to go get it, 50-50 ball, come back, whatever it is, I'm just going to go get it.
And what do you think you need to improve on for this upcoming season?
This upcoming season, definitely just making the guys around me and more hyped in ball games.
During this off season, are you playing any club football, like a 7-on-7 team or anything like that?
So far, I haven't been really doing any 7-on-7, just been focusing on working out and everything and getting ready for baseball season.
Are you looking to play that sport as well out of college or anything like that? Or are you mainly focusing on football and you're just doing baseball to stay active in high school?
Well, playing college baseball, that would be a great opportunity. So I'm looking forward to hopefully get some more looks in baseball too.
Now, are you currently still at Hackensack, or did you officially transfer over to St. Joe's?
Oh, I already officially transferred over to St. Joe's.
So how does that work out now with COVID? Like, are you guys doing school like every other day? You're in person, or how is that working for you guys?
Something like that. I go to school almost every other day. Go to all the way up to Marville, then certain days I'm at home virtually learning.
And you're going to be playing baseball at St. Joe's. I mean, like we said, that's a powerhouse school in sports. So what is it like being a part of that team? Have you met the guys?
Oh, I already met a few of the guys. We're definitely going to be loaded this year. So always one of the best teams in state every single year. So looking to compete again and hopefully win another title.
And what position do you play in baseball?
I'll play center field.
And who's your baseball player that you would say your style is kind of like?
One player I like to compare myself to a throwback player. It's kind of like a Dion. Just the swag that he brings to everything. That's always the type of style I try to bring to baseball.
What do you think you need to most improve in your baseball play?
Definitely, lately I've been called a speed guy, keep everything on the ground, so hopefully I could hit some balls out this year.
What would you say is your best attribute in football?
Best attribute? I kind of want to say my hands. I think my hands are really secure. Last year I really didn't have any drops like that, so hopefully carry that over to this year and help the team out.
And who is somebody you would say was the toughest cornerback to play against, or safety, or somebody on defense, who was the toughest player you would say you had to match up against, whether it was in a game, a camp, a showcase, anything like that?
Well, one corner I think gave me a little bit of a problem was actually my teammate at Hackensack, Curtis Whiter. Super talented corner.
And who is another wide receiver, another guy at your position, who would you say is very talented as well and kind of under the radar?
Well, this kid, he goes to Donovan Catholic High School. His name's Jaden Farrar. That kid is a monster. I think he's actually in class of 2021, and he deserves way more looks than he's getting right now.
Who's your favorite NFL team?
I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, too. I always love the Steelers.
So when you're not playing football, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm actually a type of a video game guy. But since school and everything, that got cut down a little bit. But whenever I get the chance, I like to hop on the sticks.
And what's your favorite game to play, video game?
Oh, I love Madden.
So are you normally playing with the Steelers in Madden or another team?
So far, I like to play with the 49ers. They got that running back, Mosher. He's a beast.
For sure. That's pretty much it. Good luck with your baseball season upcoming as well as your football season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.